thanks for watching Ray's Tech Portal again. This is going to be the part 2 after the unboxing of the Escort IX. This is going to be a demonstration of the apps and the menus and what I think about it and the actual review. I've been using it for about a month now. And it's got some quirks, it's got some pluses and some downsides. We're going to go over that now. So as you can see, I have the Escort Live app open on the phone. If you see here, it shows nothing for the miles per hour. When the app is not connected, this defaults to 70. It does also say what your speed is doing right here, and obviously it's on auto. It's got this little swish from the Knight Rider car kit to let you know that it's moving. Now you've got a couple things on top here. If you hold down these two buttons, you can get into the menus and control the menus. But you can also do it from here in the app. You can go down to settings and change the settings on it as well. We'll go over that in a little bit. But this is your dashboard. It shows you how fast you're going. It shows you the speed limit of the road you're currently on. And it also says it right here. Now, if this app is not connected, this doesn't work and it just shows 70 all the time. But even when it's connected, sometimes it doesn't work. I guess it depends on the roads as to whether it's posted on the map data the speed limit. So it gives you your direction and gives you your mode as well here. This is your dashboard. When a radar signature comes up, it'll pop up on here. It'll tell you the frequency. It'll tell you how strong it is. It'll give you the option to report it and also to ignore it. And the report goes in. If you have this app connected, if anybody else sees it and reports it, they report a speed trap. Cops on the side of the road, anything like that. If this app is connected, even if this is not here, like your screen is locked, it will still tell the radar detector to let you know that, which is, I think, is a really cool feature, that you don't have to have this open and your phone unlocked for that to work. So anyways, let's go over to one of the other things that it does, which is on the map here. As you see, it shows all the current incidents. The one huge thing that really upset me and is a huge drawback to this app, and I mean, if I had known it, I may not have even worried too much about buying the Escort Live. This map is static. You can't plot anything on it. You can't do a route. You can't do anything. It doesn't communicate with Google Maps, doesn't communicate with Waze, and as you can see right here, this is provided by Google Maps. They're getting their map data from Google Maps. So why it's set up this way, I don't know. That's a huge oversight. I really would have loved to have my maps to be able to plot on here and see these incidents on my map as I'm driving around. But unfortunately, that functionality is not in here. And to me, that's a huge drawback. Anyways, this gives you your current speed and the speed of the area, just like it did on the other screen, and your direction. You can click on one of these and it'll tell you what they are: speed trap, red light camera, an incident on I-75 8 minutes ago. I think that's somebody reporting a radar detector. And to report things, you can actually go up here to this and you can do speed trap, other mobile camera, police spotted, speed camera, red light camera, and then put it in the location where you're currently at, so other people will get that. This here is your Bluetooth, telling me I'm connected to it. You can hit it again to turn it off. I am obviously connected. Let's go into the settings. You can come in here and you go to your color settings. You've got this for the overall screen color. You got orange, and nothing will change until I actually hit apply, so I'm not going to do that. Blue, and then what I call a cayenne or magenta. It's kind of a purplish color. It's got your day mode and night mode. There's a tutorial that's built into it. You go here to your settings. We'll turn this so you guys can see it better. I don't know why it won't stay in landscape. You can go to alert settings, and you can change your notification settings for live alerts, police spotted, pretty much everything on here. You can even edit your tones for your different radars, which, as you guys know, some of them are really annoying. I believe someone said there is a way to dump your own personal tones in here as well. I haven't looked too much into that. It's not been a big issue for me. You got your app settings. It gives you all your alert time, display orientation. Let's see, they do have the auto rotate or landscape, but even if I put it in landscape, when I come into the settings, it will not stay there. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Overspeed warning. If you go over the posted speed limit, it will warn you, and it's set for 5 over because most police officers allow you to have 5 over before they even worry about it. Then you go into the radar detector settings. This is everything. All of this that's in here you can get to from the radar detector itself. But obviously it's much easier to do here. You can adjust your sensitivity. Well, I don't know why it's not coming up. I look like an idiot now. And there you go. There's some of the buggy stuff that you got to deal with. The app will just randomly crash like that. Let's see if we can pull it back up here again. That doesn't happen too often, but it does happen enough that I feel that it should be mentioned. Alright guys, well, I've waited a good amount of time for this to load. I think there's an issue with their servers figures when I finally get time to do this video. It won't let me connect. I keep hitting connect and it just tries and then gives up. So I think their servers are down right now. Let's see if I can... Oh, there we go. We're back in. Alright, so let's go back to where we were. We were in the settings, and we were about to look at the radar detector settings and sensitivity, which still isn't working. And it's crashed again, I bet. Yep. So yeah, this used to work. There was an update, and now this is what it does. It just crashes on you. I will try to figure out if I can figure this out and show you guys what... Because it does work. I was able to use it. And now it doesn't do anything. This is great. I won't even pull up anything. Anyways, I'm going to continue with the other video. Alright, on this, excuse me. Here's your mount. It comes off that easy. It's very stable. I have had an issue on hot days where this suction mount does come loose on itself and fall, which is crazy because this is heavy, but it's not that heavy. And this has got like a really tacky surface to the suction mount. I'm really surprised that it's coming off at all, but that's something to keep in mind. It's happened to me 3 or 4 times now, even on a clean windshield. Just keep that in mind. It hasn't done it while I'm driving. It's done it while I wasn't there, so I don't know what the cause was, but it wasn't vibration or anything like that. I think it's just the heat loosens the suction mount and it falls off. So that I've been just getting used to taking this off and putting it down or putting it in its case when I'm not in the vehicle, which is a good idea because this is an expensive unit. You don't want somebody smashing your windows to get to it. Anyways, the alerts are very acknowledgeable. The lights up here on the top will actually flash at night, so you can see it in a reflection in your glass here, as well as the notification on the screen to help remind you that something's going on, like a speed trap or a air patrol or something like that. Till you're out of the area, it will flash these lights and show the notification here as well. It also does traffic light cameras and tells you that, and also it'll flash the lights ahead of time to let you know that it has something to tell you. That way if you have the volume turned down or it's muted. Now when this first gives you an alert, it's very loud. I've got it set to full volume to get my attention, and then it goes down to about 20%, which is very quiet. So it's just to alert you and then basically be quiet and let you know when the signal goes away. You can look at the screen or the lights or just listen for the low beep. So far, I would say that the ability to remove false positives is pretty good. My dad had the old version of this, the original IX, and his goes off on everything. I mean, he could be in this parking. You can see I'm in a I'm in a store parking lot, lots of stores here, and it's not going off. And my dad's would be going off like crazy right now because of the alarm systems and stuff. So this is actually pretty impressive. It's ignoring the alarm systems and everything in this area. And I drove through this parking lot a little bit to see if I could get it to do it, and it did not. The one negative I can give it right now as well is it has the ability to store false positives that it sees in the same spot more than, I think it's 3 or 4 times. I want to say 3, but I think I've gone through 4 times before it's done it on its own. Makes a really high-pitched beep, stores it. It still shows it to you, but it's grayed out and it doesn't give you a notification. You could also do that by, I'm going to unplug it here to show you. This is your USB 2 amp charger. You can charge your phone off of that. It's not a fast charger, but it's definitely better than a cheap charger that you get at a convenience store. It does charge a phone relatively well. You do have an alert here. This red light will flash when there's something going on. Green light to show you that it has power, and this button here is your mute. You hit it once to mute it, hit it a second time, and it will pop up a message that says, would you like to lock out this signal? You hit it a third time and it'll lock out the signal. Now I probably did that about 20 times, and now that feature has gone away for me. I'm pretty sure that this unit was supposed to have a really high pull of lockouts, and I know the pull, it's about to boot back up here for you guys. Anyways, the lockout pulse is not full because it's still locking out things on its own. Now, why this stopped working for me to manually lock things out, I do not know. I'm going to have to probably contact them and see what's going on with that. So the storage pool is not full, but it is not allowing me to manually lock things out, but it is still locking them out on its own. I'm not sure why that is. But I have not had it go off on any lane assist things where I've been next to another car. It does have an incredible range. I've picked stuff up. I was going through a small town, and it kept going off, and it was 1.5 miles. And finally I saw the cop on the right-hand side in a parking lot with his gun out. And I picked him up from over 1.5 miles away. Okay, so it came up just fine that time. We're going to go to settings, radar detector settings. Okay, so here's all your different things that it can do. You can alert, excuse me. You can adjust every setting in here, and you can tell it what frequencies you want it to alert you to, and what different things: the speed trap, speed camera, red light camera, air patrol, other alerts, things like that you can adjust. You can just the display color, overspeed, cruise alert, auto learn, which is where it automatically stores the false positives. You can turn that on and off. You can turn off the auto power. It'll shut itself down after 4 hours of no activity from the GPS. It has a GPS on itself. If you let it shut off on its own, as soon as you start moving again, it'll power back up all on its own, which is really nice, because I have a bad habit of forgetting to turn it on. So anyways, I'm not going to open any of these because it causes the app to crash right now, so I just wanted to show you guys what's in here so you can see what all it does. That's I'll go back to the main screen here. I'm going to do later because right now I'm still not happy with you, app. So that's the app that goes with it. You do have to pay a separate fee for this. Some places, if you buy the radar detector, I got it directly from them for a pretty steep discount. I got it for a good price, and it came with a year subscription to the app, as well as the get a ticket and they'll pay for it deal as well came with it. As far as the value to the ease of use, I would pull this in 3 different units. There's a Max 360 that would be better than this, but it's quite a bit more money. And then there's the Escort Max 2 that would also be in the same realm as this. Between the three of them, you'd probably be more than happy with any of them. But this one is tried and true. A lot of people were saying that I was going to be happy with this, so I went with this one. And so far I have been. It's got a few quirks. I probably need to do a software update on it. But other than that, it works pretty good, and I'm very happy with it. Like I said, the only negatives I can give it is not with the unit itself, but with the maps. Not being able to plot a route kind of sucks. And the fact that I've lost the ability to manually lock out codes on it. That's definitely, it's not a huge drawback, but it is disappointing. I don't know why it's not letting me manually lock them out. But other than that, I'm more than happy with it. Bright daylight, I can see the screen. I was worried about that, with that being an ammo LED screen, how bright it would actually be during the daytime, but it is incredibly bright. I can see it. Even being right here in this big windshield, I've been able to see it just fine. So overall, I would say definitely a good buy. Not too many negatives I can give it. And if you're willing to spend the kind of money that this gets, then it'll be a good radar detector for you. Especially if you try and compare it to some of these that you get at Advanced Auto Parts or anything like that, which are basically just a joke. So we'll go ahead and do some driving here. Alright, so as you can see, it is showing me my current speed. And there you go, it's showing you over a speed limit. Since we're on an on-ramp, I'm surprised it doesn't usually show on-ramps, but the on-ramp speed limit is indeed 30, and it is showing me that. And it should change once you get onto the interstate here, it should change to 70. Once again, I'm sorry guys if anything's in the way or out of focus. The camera is just mounted to my seat right now, and I do not know what it's actually looking at. Alright, so as you can see, the speed limit changed to 70. And we'll let this truck go by here. As soon as I get a chance, I will go over 70 and show its response. Alright, here we're going to go over 70, and you'll see it'll alert you. It's set for 5 over, so we gotta go 75. There we go, over speed limit alerted because I'm doing 76 and a 70.